I'm back in the bathroom.
This is the end.
Recorded live from Studio 12A in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. You're listening to the Josh and Friends Podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the Josh and Friends Podcast. I am your host. My name is Josh. And this week, the show welcomes back Mr. Steve Klunk to the program. And we have some interesting topics to discuss here. Everything from horrible teachers and old rat dogs to penis size and sex dolls. And we also have a special edition of everyone's favorite game, Germany or Florida. So let's just get right into this and help me welcome back to the show the only other Frank Stallone fan that I know of. He's my old pal, Mr. Steve Klunk. Steve Klunk! Finally in the house! How's it going, buddy?
That feels great for a first timer. I'm ready to go.
Bring it in. Join the rest of us over here, buddy.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good, dude. You're good. So,
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, how was the drive over here, buddy?
You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. Not a huge fan of driving on the freeways anymore. I know it's just the 101.
You're like my dad right before he retired. He's like, I work 5 minutes down the road. Don't usually drive in Seattle anymore. Not a fan.
Don't like it at all.
Oh.
I think it's maybe possibly because I really internally laughed at my wife having crazy anxiety driving on freeways or whatever. And I've watched her physically shake.
Yeah, you said that she had a Crazy Joe used to be like that too. Like she was
and now I'm like, oh, it's karma.
Oh.
Flexing it.
So you started a new job.
That's true.
So I noticed you had a nice luscious tan going on. Look at that. Okay, you got like some. Do you wear sunglasses out there or no? Yeah. I could tell
most of the time if it's sunny, but it's been so rainy lately, which
that's true.
Sucks for me. I work at the ball fields in Surprise Stadium for the Rangers and Royals.
Do you wear sunscreen out there?
I have been already because I wear a snapback hat.
Yeah,
like you're wearing.
Yes.
And my hair is so short. I was getting this dot. This red dot.
Oh, that's awesome.
So now I've got a nice Rangers bucket hat, and
nice.
I wear the long sleeve shirts.
They make you be a Rangers fan out there, right?
Kind of.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's what happens.
Right.
If you're working on the Royals side,
okay,
they get pissed. So you have to have a kind of a collection of both.
Oh, okay. Do you wear like a Rangers hat and then like a shirt of the?
It depends.
Royals.
Sometimes like you're either kind of on one side or the other. Definitely for spring training, because believe it or not, there's like 100 pitchers there.
Wow,
which is kind of mind blowing that these teams are employing all those guys.
Yeah. Dang. Do you get free beers at the stadium?
I don't.
Do you get discounts on the beers?
No.
Okay. Well, you get buddy passes to take in some friends like your good old pal Josh over here, right?
Let's go.
Yes.
Although it has kind of been a detriment the last few Saturdays, because every Saturday I help my father-in-law put in some artificial turf in his backyard. Oh, which is it's almost like you're just like working.
Right. You're just nonstop working.
Yeah,
you're like a professional by this time at installing artificial turf.
I wouldn't say so, because I didn't get to help you with yours because you never.
Oh, well, it was because I
told you. I would.
Well, I was working at weird times, so like I would have to do it between like 2:30 and like 7. And then like by that time, it's like, all right, Josh, I'm off work. You want to come over and help? And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I'm like getting ready for bed. No, I got it in because I was like doing it like kind of like, and it was weird because like I'd have to get gravel right down the street and then bring it over. And it was just mostly just getting gravel back and forth, I don't know. It turned out though. So
you did away with the window problem of mirroring onto your grass.
Oh my gosh.
I know that was a headache.
Yeah, that was bad. That was scary because I spent a lot of money on the turf.
What the fuck? I know it's expensive.
Yeah. So yeah, I got that taken care of, but I wish I Yeah. I wish I would have done that a little sooner because it burnt like streaks into it. And it looks like when I showed it to people, they're like, it kind of looks like, like when you're mowing a lawn, like the streaks when you mow it a little too close.
Well,
like,
how they do baseball diamond. Push the grass this way, push it back the other way.
I think Lee goes, yeah, some people might pay for that extra look. And I'm like, well, that's good because,
that's how it is.
Yeah. So, but Steve, one of my favorite stories of you, there's many stories and it's usually involves one place is the old Ravana. Now, Steve, what was Ravana? Can you refresh people's minds? A
call center. I loved that we had to badge in to get into the place. And then our little secluded island, we had to badge into that door.
It's so ridiculous.
Because it was so secure.
Well, I feel that they should have wanded people, those weirdos that came in instead of having to badge in, because now we're enclosed. Now we're locked in with these criminals. And they were like the worst people. Like there's some of the worst people that I've ever worked with, but there were some good people though too, right?
Oh yeah. 100%.
You had Rich Falls. Yeah. You had Eric Tapia. Some of the heavy hitters.
Zeke and other Josh.
Yeah. It was a good mix of people, but it was also a bad mix of people, right?
Sort of pseudo scary and entertaining though,
Remember Keith in his van, like bashed out windows, and
I feel stupid, but no, I don't.
Oh yeah, this like you said. I remember you go. Oh, I walked by Keith's van today, and it's just like this bashed out window with like a plastic hanging off it, and it was like this just wind blowing this bag like around. You're like, does he sleep in that van? I don't know, but I remember the song. I don't know how the song came about. The
underrated Frank Stallone.
Oh, so underrated.
I'm sure it came up somehow because you're the musical mind that you are. And you probably had to teach me that. Dude, I think Stallone's brother. Yeah. I'm like, no, it's not.
I think I heard him on Corolla or something like that. And then what happened was we just started playing the song. But the best was when you went on break, or I think, you went on break, and then I was like, I just wandered into the bathroom. I'm still baffled by this.
How that you were in there?
I don't know.
Man,
you knew by how I opened the door of the bathroom.
Here's the other thing. How brave was I taking a dump at that place?
That is brave. But I'll tell you, as crappy as that place was, some of the greatest bathrooms of all time.
Bathrooms.
Some of the greatest bathrooms.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they had like those, most bathrooms you're like, look, I can tell like who's in here by their shoes and their pants.
It was like your own door, closed, walled in.
Which is why it was a great place for half the people that work there, because they can go in there and pass out while they're drunk or shoot up heroin. Yeah, it was fantastic. But yeah, you came in, or I came in, and I literally just opened the door, and all of a sudden, just on cue. Yes. So that's why
my greatest thrill was hearing you crack up.
Oh my God, I was laughing. So I just started laughing so hard.
I know you're out there like next to people kissing. You're just like, what?
It's not like I made any noise. You just started. Maybe you were going to play it no matter what. You're like, I'm just going to blast this song no matter what. But Steve, what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you a gift, because I wanted to give you the Staying Alive soundtrack that has that song on the soundtrack.
I feel like this should be in the coffee table downstairs.
It already is.
Oh, you just did a double?
I bought another one just for you, buddy. Just for you.
Thank you.
Yep, that's yours, buddy. That's blessed. Yours. So I want you to put that next to all your golf trophies and all your other awards. So
and such.
You're like you're all your like little baby pictures and So yeah, I just thought that there you go. That's perfect. So.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
How do you find two of those?
Right? I know. I was like,
scoured the earth.
I know. I was like, how could I possibly find another one of these? And then when I found it, I'm like, that's Steve's.
Wow.
That is Steve's copy.
And now you could hear me rewinding it.
Oh, I'm going to have to put that in there. I'm going to have to put that clip in there. I don't even care if I get flagged. I don't even care. Yeah. So
You cared last time we podcasted together.
I know.
So you edited out a lot of
what?
bad things.
What did I edit
We
out?
were in discussion of some.
Oh.
You told me you had to do quite a bit of.
Maybe that's just because there's remember there's like, dogs walking past your face and like but we're in a controlled environment now.
All right.
And we got
So I'm fair
it's
to
better.
talk about anything I want.
Yeah. Oh, you are. And we got some stuff to talk about here. So, all right. Well, speaking of dogs, let's just roll with the dogs.
All right.
What is your favorite breed of dog? You have a favorite breed?
I don't. I mean,
You just like all dogs?
I'm partial to a nice dog.
Yeah. You don't like mean dogs?
Yeah, I mean, because my brothers have dogs, and I have dogs, and I like the cool dogs. I can just go pet them.
Do you have a breed that you're not like a huge fan of? You're like mean dogs, or like, is there like a breed that you'd be like, man, like I couldn't.
I've never had good experiences with Dalmatians.
Dalmatians, okay. Did you like the movie?
Kooky and aggressive and very different from the movie.
They're hyper, right? Yeah, they're like super hyper.
Yeah, they're like, hey, can I eat you? Can I eat you? I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Whoa, calm down, buddy.
Yeah, hey,
Calm down.
can I just pet you? And
Yeah.
here's a treat.
Can't we just relax? And those, I heard that those are like the number one dogs that like people that they're not expecting those dogs to be like that, and they always like
It
turn
was
them in.
literally in my youth. I don't think I've seen one in a long time, but like when I lived in Indiana, so that long ago. But I remember a couple of friends of mine did have Dalmatians, and they were just bonkers. And I was like,
man.
all right, see you later.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of dog stories in the news. The first one involves a new Guinness World Record. You a fan of the Guinness World Records?
Who isn't? The two fat guys on the motorcycles?
Those are great books back in the day. Oh yeah.
You can flip through those forever.
Oh, totally. The fact that they still update this and like keep track of all these records,
It's so fun.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Because now the records are just like, even, other than, I guess they were as ridiculous then. Right?
Yeah.
This lady has 7-foot long fingernails.
Right. And they're just curled up like circles and like, oh, that's practical. But do you like Chihuahuas?
Usually not.
Yeah. I'm usually kind of like that too. Might be the most annoying breed.
Yeah.
To me, like they're kind of like the they chirp instead of like
they're just yippy.
and it's like
and
super
afraid of
high.
you.
You're like, okay, all right, okay, and they don't stop, and they're like really annoying. And they're like,
And then you go to pet them, and they literally act like you just beat them, and you're like, what the fuck? You finally stopped.
they're always
barking.
cold, and then I heard they're like the biggest biters too. Actually,
There you
they're
go.
like, yeah. So not a lot to like. I mean, even if they're like to pet, like they'll be like, okay, like here, let me pet this dog. Like, what am I doing here?
Done.
But pit bulls always have the bad rap, but the pit bulls are just, they could do the most damage. They're not usually the most mean unless, of course, the owner's beating them or something, whatever. Or like, hey, let's feed them all this protein.
Training them to fight.
Yeah, right.
Michael.
Kill that motherfucker. It's like, yeah,
they get that?
because a Chihuahua you could just kick, across the room, and you're like, okay, well, it's over. It's like, I won that one, So, but there's this dog in Ohio, and he's 23 years old, and still going, by the way. And his name is Spike. You like that? His name is Spike, and I'm sure he's terrible. But
He's bit 75.
this Spike was born in the 90s. Spike was born in November of 1999.
Spike, a Chihuahua mix from Ohio, is 23 years old and is now the Guinness World Record holder for oldest living dog. He's actually had the title for about a month now. Spike was born in November of 1999. He hasn't always been a celebrity. His owner rescued him in 2009 from a grocery store parking lot. And now 13 years later, he's a world record holder. He's also old enough to drive, vote, and even purchase alcohol, although he probably doesn't have an interest in doing any of those things.
The owner confirmed this by saying that he used to well, I guess intimidate cows and horses. It sounds like a Chihuahua to me. He's like just always, trying to prove his territory, right. And
how can they not have small dogs?
They do. Yeah, they do. They totally do. And he's almost blind. Hard of hearing.
Fun,
but. And it gets testy at times and just wants to be left alone. Yeah, so it sounds like an old man, right? So what is the math on that?
Down. He's blind, you can't hear, he's mean. Like, fuck.
I think they're just keeping him alive for the record. They're like,
we're going for the world record.
Yeah, we're going to do this.
Is that the Guinness World Record? Or they're going for it. They're like counting down the days.
Yeah.
Like,
so he's
there.
23 years old. Well, I guess he's over 23 now because I don't know if he's going to live till this November, but what is the math on? I'm not good at math. So like, what was dog years? Is 7 years?
I was thinking of that right when you said it. It's 7. So what? 7 times 20. What'd you say? 25.
Yeah, 23.
140, 161.
That's pretty old.
That's fucking old. Yeah, like, put him down, you mean motherfuckers. Like, think about it. So I know last time I went to the doctor, and I was my wife's family's doctor, and this was a while ago. It was probably 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And he was like asking my family history and lineage and doing all this stuff. Like,
right.
How much do you drink and how much do you smoke?
Ooh.
And then you're just like, hey.
Now, did you tell him the real answers, or was it like if you're at the doctor, it's like, 2 drinks a week?
Yeah. Like, who the fuck?
I know. It's like
2 times what would be a common response.
Yeah.
What are dog years and drinks?
Let's do that math. Let's do that.
7 times whatever you say.
Right. That's the math.
But anyways, he goes, "You're going to live till you're 125, man." And I was like,
"Oh."
And I started laughing. And he goes, "I'm serious." And
wow.
I started thinking about it, and I was like, "That'd be horrible."
All your friends are long dead, and
everyone's dead. Everyone
you've outlived your kids,
and your fucking body hurts so damn bad. Like, it's like you just freshly got surgery everywhere.
Do you have any aches? Like, because you're a few years younger than me, but like you must be starting to get like some aches, right?
I'm murderously hurt. Like driving here, I was like, I hope Josh doesn't see me get out of my car because he's gonna fucking laugh. Because like when you just pause for a long time, I kind of gotta like warm up,
Right.
Like if you lived in the cold, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure.
Yep. Let that engine purr for a minute.
You gotta let everything defrost and
stretch. Like I'm like, all right, here. Then my feet get going. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to that
already,
and it's been a kind of like a. It's weird saying this here, but like it's been kind of like I think this is the coldest year I've lived here for like since I've moved here in like 2011. It's been like a little cold and rainy like this year more than
it's that global warming.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not an expert on global warming, but
I'm not either. I just love when people talk about it. I'm like, it's fucking cold in Arizona.
It is cold. It is cold. Yeah. So you must be looking forward to the sun though. You're like, oh, can it warm up a little bit, or maybe not because you're working outside.
I still like the heat.
Yeah,
I enjoy it way more than the cold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
that's what old people like. They like.
It's a no-brainer to me. I am a man with titanium screws in his knee.
So okay. That's right. You blew out your knee, right?
When it's cold.
So how did you blow out your knee?
I've done it twice.
Twice?
It's always been playing basketball.
Let's go for 3. Let's go.
I'm pretty sure I'm there because
really?
I've had to run at my job like a couple times recently, and when you do it when it's just freezing cold out, pulling those fucking tarps onto the field.
Oh God.
And you get a dead sprint when it's cold and rainy.
Now you doing this like with like people in the crowd and stuff, so you have extra pressure, or is it like
there's mostly it's like in the mornings or at night.
Okay.
So there's players there.
Yeah. Okay.
Should be doing stuff other.
Right. Watching you poor guys out there like
look at that fucker. Although I do have a decent story because it just boggles my mind.
Okay.
But no, my knee just it'll swell. And that's the thing. So when you get swelling in your knee and you don't have time to rest, elevate, and compress and ice it.
Yeah.
it just starts being a problem because your muscles aren't firing right. So then your ankle will compensate. And then your ankle starts getting a little sore. And then your hips, it just kind of moves like a
cancer.
Like a shitty car.
Jeez,
right?
man.
I popped a tire. I kept driving. Axle's busted off. Oh, I kept driving. And it just moves like that.
Oh, man. You have like Dan Marino knees over here.
Yeah. I'm going to be in a
that guy was like
soon.
a $6 million man at the end of his career, like walking around like RoboCop. He's like, "Oh, dead or alive, you're coming with me."
Byron Leftwich when he was with Marshall.
Oh, Byron Leftwich
fractured his leg, and they were just carrying him. Two offensive linemen would carry him forward.
Oh,
he'd just take the snap.
Oh God,
and throw.
Oh, Leftwich. He's like one of my least favorite releases in history. He's like, he's like the grossest throw. He's like, I like Bernie Kosar's release better than Leftwich. But
hold on, I alluded to a story, and this is like, so I haven't fanboyed out. I mean, I was around a lot of the Dodgers, which was cool because I like the Dodgers.
Yeah,
but Mike Maddux is one of the pitching coaches.
Wait, so who's your team? Is it the Dodgers?
Yeah, Dodgers.
Okay, Dodgers. Okay,
so it's awesome getting all this royal blue gear.
I like you're a Dodgers fan, but you don't like USC, and you're a Notre Dame fan, right?
Well, because I grew up in South.
Okay,
that's easy.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll tell you now. I'm a Dodgers fan. I grew up a Mets fan because I love Darryl.
Okay, here we go again. We're going on the other side of the coast.
Darryl Strawberry.
Oh, that's my brother was like a Darryl Strawberry guy too.
That was my guy. And you know,
because you love coke. You guys both love doing coke.
Well, I mean, I was 6, so I loved coke. Yeah. I really wanted to be nicer to my body, so I laid off it.
That's awesome.
I've never done coke. Have you done coke?
No, I have not.
Now we know.
No.
That. But anyways, they traded Darryl Strawberry to the Dodgers.
I don't think I could afford it.
Followed him.
Oh, okay. That's right.
That's how that went.
Okay. It wasn't like a Kirk Gibson thing or Oral Hershiser kind of deal.
But I mean, appreciate those guys like those guys, of course, now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they won it 2 years after. 86 Mets, 88 Dodgers. That was
shit.
When Gibson year.
Yeah, there you go. Now, wait, were you a fan? But when did
I wasn't.
When did he go there?
I think it's like, man, someone's going to correct us here, but it was like 89, 90. When I'm a little kid, I don't remember like that year.
Yeah. Did you collect all his cards?
I was playing Legos and traded Strawberry. Like, I don't know.
Did you have his cards?
Oh man, I still have like hundreds of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I think that's like all the cards I have is Ewing cards and Strawberry.
Wait, Patrick Ewing?
Patrick Ewing.
Wow. So you're a Knicks guy too.
That's right.
Okay,
9-game win streak.
This is getting more confusing.
I liked all the New York teams when I was little.
Okay.
Yankees?
Yankees?
No. Mets. That was Mets.
Sorry. Wait. So
Mets, Giants, Knicks.
Okay, so wait. Usually Mets fans are Jets fans.
No, dude,
No, but I'm just saying, like everybody that I heard, like they grew up in New York, they're either like Mets, Jets, or Giants, Yankees.
Well, I lived in South Bend, so I didn't have those.
You didn't have the allegiance of
right. Listen here, fucker.
Oh, hey, how dare you, motherfucking 6-year-old mother. Who brought this little kid over here?
What a faggot. You're editing that? You're editing.
No, I'm keeping that in. All right. Yeah. So.
All right.
Sorry.
So Mike Maddux is a pitching coach, or has been for a while, with the Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
His brother, Greg Maddux.
Yes.
Literally one of the GOATs. Hall of Famer.
Easily. Yeah.
Cool to see.
Right.
And he's a consultant with the Texas Rangers now.
Wow.
So I see him on the regular. And one of these rainy days last week.
Yeah.
Hey, I see him out there, and that's maybe the first time I saw him, and I was just I got a little fanboy going.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's Maddux.
You drop your rake. You're like,
no, but it's wet fields. It's early. You know, the guys are maybe going to come out. The Royals are like, we're not fucking coming out. We're going to come out after noon. And the Rangers, for whatever reason, like, we're playing. It's like, all right, it's wet. It's what the fuck? You want to hurt your players? We're like, okay, so we're pulling like mound tarps and little circle tarps, right?
Yeah.
And the way you do it is there's water on top. It wasn't raining currently. It rained overnight. So there's water on top, and you just pull them and you drag them back into the infield on the diamond, flip them over, get the water off it, pull it back, then fold it up and get it out of there.
Right.
And for whatever reason, he wanted us to pull it onto like the collar past the past the baseball path, like
Okay.
the first base path,
Yeah.
and dump it there. And so he was like sitting over there bitching about how.
Oh, you're like,
And I was
this fucking
thinking,
guy's annoying.
I know. No, I was just thinking to myself, like, Hall of Famer,
You're right.
18 Gold Gloves, like fucking like World Series ring, like ring. Let's clarify that.
They should have had many.
But he's sitting there bitching at city workers,
Right.
at like fucking 9 a.m.
Listen, that's why he's the good. That's like,
That's
well, he's
what
one of them. Certainly in top 10.
What a
definitely.
corny thing to do. Like, because how much money could they possibly be paying him? And he's already a multimillionaire. It's like, are you that bored? You hate your wife that much?
Maybe,
Don't
but
like
that's
your kids?
isn't
You don't
that
have
like
friends?
isn't that like when you see, if you ever used to watch Dan Marino or even Tom Brady, like, I mean, just up until the end, he's like just yelling at people. You're like, well, that's probably why they're some of the best guys. They're just passionate about whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, just whatever it is, they're yelling at somebody. You're like, that guy's on the defense. Like, he's not even like,
He's passionate about tarp pulling.
yeah. Oh God, yeah.
So I changed my tune on Greg Maddux. Now I don't.
Never meet your heroes, buddy. Never meet them. Never meet your. Not that you had a choice. I'm just saying, never meet your heroes.
He wasn't a hero of mine, but I mean, I did.
Maybe you can make an anonymous complaint to the management, and they're like
Get this cornball out of here.
we're sorry, Maddux. We have too many complaints. How many were there? One. I know exactly who this was.
That little tan faced son of a bitch.
All right. Hey, there's another dog. There's another dog story here. There's another dog. You like the dog stories?
Sure.
There's a dog in El Paso, Texas. Have you been to El Paso? Yeah, you used to live there, right? No. You used to live in, where was it?
San Antonio. That El Paso is actually a perfect halfway point between here and San Antonio. So the multiple times I've driven from San Antonio to here, you stop and stay in El Paso.
Boom. Well, maybe you have a connection here to.
El Paso is a shitty, fucked up border town.
Okay.
And then people will really tell you, stay at a hotel close to the airport.
Oh, okay.
And when I stayed there with a
Usually
U-Haul,
that's the opposite of that.
back it in.
Usually that's the opposite of that, by the way.
It's weird. I don't know.
Stay as far away from the airport as you can. Usually that's how it is. Usually.
For whatever reason, that's what I was told, and I never got robbed or raped.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Or
okay.
sold for, I don't know.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear
my
that.
Kidneys.
Wake up in the bathtub filled with ice. You're like, oh, what's going on? Where am I?
In El Paso.
Well, there's this dog in El Paso. Her name was Bailey. You like Bailey?
Sure. Bailey's and Cream.
And someone fell in love with the dog. He was at a kind of like one of those adoption centers, right? And they took her home and made this dog a part of the family. It's like, Bailey, welcome. Hey, kids. Bailey the dog.
Bailey Klunk.
I don't even know what kind of dog it was, but little Bailey was just, he's part of the family now.
All right.
Well, there's only one problem, Steve. Bailey was not having it. No, Bailey did not. She missed her dog shelter. So this is no joke.
Broke out and went back.
Bailey broke out in the middle of the night, busted out, ran all the way back to that center. And look, I swear to you, there's pictures of this. The dog rang the doorbell. There's a doorbell apparently there, and Bailey knows how to ring it. He's like, I want back in. So either the place that Bailey went was either that bad, or this place was that good.
Yeah, right.
What do you think it was?
I would imagine it had to be that bad.
Maybe it was combo. Yeah, I don't know.
Because if you're just, I don't know. Well, who knows? If you're at an animal shelter, it's got to just be filled with employees who fucking love dogs. Right. So
it's
but
clearly
it's gotta be like just crates stacked around. I don't know. That's what I imagine. And they're just sorry about your no leg, buddy. We're gonna try to find you a home.
Yeah. It's not like Michael Vick's dog shelter.
Maybe he went to a place like that.
Oh,
later.
Yeah, that'd be a sick dog. He's like, I want to go back to Michael Vick's house. I was treated well there. This place is that bad. No, but yeah. So Bailey ran back, rang the doorbell. There's like a picture of like a dog like ran the doorbell.
Oh, nosed it.
I think so. I mean, how else is he gonna do it? Oh, I guess he can paw it, right? Yeah. He nosed it. Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
Wait, so did he stay there, or what's the resolution?
I think
here?
I don't know. I think
like, all right.
that's kind of where the story ended. But I'm guessing they're like, look, Bailey, you need to give this place a shot. They're a nice family. He's like, the poor dog
They
can't.
reasoned with him.
The poor dog can't dog. He's like, no, I'm telling you, this is why I came back here. It's horrible.
That bitch is crazy.
I don't want any part of this place. They're like, sorry, Bailey. They gave $100 to us, and sorry. Yeah. Yeah, no. So, for my next story, I think we're going to do a little Germany, Florida.
Oh, fun.
What do you think of that?
I'm down.
Have you ever done a Germany, Florida?
I've listened to it a few
Right.
times. I've never done it.
But you never participated. All right. So Steve, let's play first a little intro.
Is it Germany or Florida? Hey! Germany or Florida? Let's find out. Dun, dun, ba-dum, dun, dun, ba-dum, dun, dun.
All right. So, Steve, for people that aren't aware, what is Germany or Florida? What is it?
It's a fantastic news story that you have to guess whether it stems from the country of Germany or the great state of Florida.
Yeah, it's like always something crazy, like completely nuts, and it's like always happens to be from Germany or Florida.
Yeah.
So that's the game. So you have to decide. I'm going to read off, a couple of bullet points here, and you have to decide: is this from Germany or is this from Florida? Here we go. There is this male ballet director who received a horrible review by this local critic. And I guess it was for a recent performance by, his ballet, of course. And it wasn't the first time that this lady had been busting his balls, because it was clearly she was not a fan of this guy's directing ability of this ballet. So in response to her scathing review, during the intermission of his latest performance, the guy ended up going up to the critic, who is this lady, and they got into a verbal heated argument, which led him to smearing dog feces onto her face. And the director, made a public apology and was later fired for the incident. Of course, they're like, "What? He was fired? I can't believe that." No, but so my question to you: did this happen in Germany, or did this happen in Florida? Dog shit on the face.
This person just happened to have dog shit in their pocket, or they were just prepped for this.
My guess, because I had the same questions. So basically what I was thinking was, all right, so this guy, I think he saw that person that was like in attendance. He's like, "Oh, this fucking bitch again." So he might have like gone out and back and was like, "What can I wipe on this?"
Smoking a cigarette. And he's like,
yes.
There's a pile of shit over there.
Exactly. So
I feel like that part of me wants to say Florida because it just sounds pseudo-American, but it sounds so obscure that I'm going to roll with Germany, because who wipes dog shit on someone's face?
All right. Well, Steve, so is that your final answer?
Germany.
Germany is your final answer.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, it was Germany. Yeah. Good job, buddy. Good job. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad for your first time. You're 1-0. You're 1-0. We'll have to do another one next time you come on.
Undefeated.
All right. So speaking of dicks.
All right.
There's a new study out by Stanford University.
Woo.
You like Stanford? No?
Stanford Cardinal.
Eh.
Not a huge fan.
Okay,
Palo Alto.
okay.
I'd go to a game there. That'd be a cool stadium to see. But yeah, other than that,
Okay.
Notre Dame plays them a lot.
Gotcha. Okay.
They
Okay.
beat their ass.
Well, there's a new study out that says that penis length
Oh,
has grown significantly in the last 30 years.
I've been noticing.
No.
Every time I go, I'm like, wow. Look at him go.
Unfortunately, that's not what we're talking about. Yeah, no. So they said after the last 3 decades, the length has increased by approximately 24. Oh, I was going to say 24 inches. 24%. Excuse me. These poor women.
My wife better not divorce me.
Yeah. But 24% is pretty significant, right?
Yeah.
They said that researchers aren't exactly sure why this is happening, but they say it could be linked to unhealthy habits like snacks, junk food, lack of physical activity. You're like,
well, that makes your dick
you're like, wait a minute.
So trying to convince people to do that?
And pollution.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I'm going to go pollute and eat some snacks and lay down.
Steve's like, I'm going to pick up some Doritos on the way home. He's like, Steve, where are you? He's like, I'm picking up Doritos and Oreos.
No, I'm not in my car. I'm on the couch. Just already gorging.
She's like, Steve, what does that smell? You're like, oh, I took the exhaust and I made this tube that goes into the car.
Just left it on. And then it just pours.
I feel a little dizzy,
house.
but I feel a little tingling in my wiener section.
Yeah.
It feels pretty good.
Ending.
They said the average went from 4.8 to 6 inches.
Here's what I want to know.
Uh-oh.
Is who were the, because that's obviously a boner, right? So,
I mean, is it? I guess so.
Who are the people doing this study?
I don't know, man.
And they're just like, all right, go get hard, bring it out here. And they're just like in a room just with rulers.
I don't know.
Like,
what a weird case, right?
Yeah. Or how did they even like get?
Would you take part in this or?
Sure. For a nominal fee.
See, there you go. There you go. They're not, these people aren't doing this for free. These are paid studies. These are paid research studies. So,
all right, well, sign me up.
So just in case you wanted to compare for, scientific measures, can you guess what the United States ranks in penis length? So out of the different countries around the world, what do you think the United States ranks? Like between 1 and I don't know how many countries are there?
Well, I've heard like having like long limbs or whatever it is and this is what I heard. I think because they mentioned this on a podcast, but I heard it comes from living in tropical places. Right?
Okay.
So I would say, wait. Is this like 1 out of a million of countries?
No, well, I mean, how many countries are there? Like 250 or something?
Right,
I don't even know.
I would think like maybe 30.
30? Okay. So we rank 59th. 59th in penis size.
Our dicks just lined up against Finnish, Denmark dicks, Croatian dicks.
I'll tell you what, though. I did write down number 1. And number 1, it goes right along with what you're saying. Ecuador is number 1 with an average size of 6.95 inches.
That's just the average Joe swinging.
Just the average.
Swinging into your local YMCA,
now
knocking his knees.
Now, Steve, who has the smallest?
Iceland, Greenland. Like somewhere in Alaska.
You're just going with hot and cold.
Canada. Yeah.
You like get shrinkage?
Somewhere crazy north, like Antarctica.
Well, this kind of almost like demolishes your kind of deal here because
hot dicks and cold dicks.
Now you ever hear Corolla talk about, stereotypes, right? So what is a stereotype that
black guys have huge cocks?
And then who does not usually have,
Japanese guys.
Cambodia comes in last with an average
sense.
size of 3.95 inches.
Thanks a lot, Ken Jeong. As proved in The Hangover 1 and 2.
Yeah, no, but Kim Jong probably says he has like a 12, 14. Yeah, okay. All right. So now one study found that the larger the dong, the bigger the personality. What do you think of that? That's kind of like, it kind of goes along with, it
kind of makes sense.
You're like, shit, I've been in the locker room with these motherfuckers. You're like, oh, it's never the guy with the smallest dong, like, first in the shower, who's in there the longest. No.
Or you couldn't be that guy, like, oh, that's our team leader. That guy over there with the pinky dick. That guy over there packing his Mike and Ike. Like, it's not your guy.
Well, I guess it makes sense too, because like, what do they say about the guys that drive the big giant trucks, right? So they're making up for the. Okay. What's that line from Howard Stern? Have you seen Private Parts? He's like, yeah, I always heard black guys are unfairly stereotyped. Jesus Christ, I wish I had a stereotype like that. I've seen these guys. They walking by him in the locker room. He's like, oh, like Jesus.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm incredibly fast. I jump high and I have a huge penis. This is bullshit.
Oh, it's so awesome. All right, sticking with the subject of wieners. I mean, this is just fantastic. This is just right up Steve's alley right here. Wiener talk, right? South Korea, not North Korea, but South Korea.
Fair.
Has officially lifted its ban on sex dolls. What do you think of that?
It sounds like one of those rules, like that they are those laws that they are like, oh, in the state of New Hampshire, you can't ride a donkey on a Wednesday through a red light.
Yeah,
Huh? Like, it sounds like that. Like, there was a ban on sex dolls.
So I guess they had confiscated over 1,000 of these dolls on the grounds that they harmed the country's beautiful traditions and public morale. So the courts, they sided with the importers.
That would maybe higher morale.
Right. I mean, like,
Some dude wanted to fuck a rubber doll and you said you can't. He'd probably be a little sad.
So the courts, they sided with these the importers, and they stated that these are used in private spaces and they don't undermine human dignity, just as you said. So I'm always kind of like on that same. So what are your thoughts on that? I'm kind of like in the same thinking as like strip clubs. You know, they always say like strip clubs are horrible for society. And I'm like, I think there should be more strip clubs. Like, you know, guys that like
we can go to the candy store.
You want to go to the candy store after this? It's right here.
We can walk.
It's right. I just love that. Like that. Honey, I'm at the candy store. She's like, oh, okay, as long as you're, you know, getting candy. Like, I am getting candy.
I love gummy bears.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I don't know. Like,
that all just seems like a bizarro world to me. That seems like people have like a full Darth Vader costume and just wear it like on Thursday when they watch The Mandalorian or something.
Right.
Because I'll see that stuff, like the stuff they advertise, like when you go to a website to jerk off, right?
Yeah.
And you see
what?
You'll see above it some like crazy wiener thing. Like it like spins around.
Right.
I'm kind of grossed
You're like,
out.
oh,
I'm like,
wow.
Yeah.
I did want to go to this website, but
I'm good. I'm just gonna do the normal. But like,
what's your
fucking a blown up rubber thing? That's
kind of weird, right?
A human seems just insanely bizarre.
Well, I've heard they've gotten pretty good.
I believe that. Yeah, they.
I mean, I'm sure they can't get any worse. But no, like
a Whitney Cummings comedy special when she had like a robot of herself.
No, but it sounds amazing.
I don't know. She's a very good looking female comedian.
Right.
And I'm like, would I tear that up or that robot? I mean, I guess it would be a thought, but it just seems so weird.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely weird. No, Stern always talks about like what kind of porn he's into. Like he's like I always like the babysitter porn. No, like do you have a certain go-to porn as far as
Nope.
Okay.
I'll just like because it's like thumbnails.
So you're like guy on guy, dog on guy, like anything. I'm down for it all, man.
Back to the dogs. No, I mean
peanut butter.
It's weird when you say, or when you tell someone like, "Hey, Josh, you got to go to UJ's and check out this one."
Right. Right.
Steve,
you're like, that's kind of private.
I don't need to whack off to whatever you whack off to earlier.
Like when people that would talk about like sharing porn back in the day, like, you want to borrow this tape? You're like, I kind of don't want to borrow that tape.
I want to see where you stopped on it. Because then I'll know. It is funny when you've seen the same ones, or I always find it a little weird when too many people are like know so many names of people. Like everyone knows Jenna Jameson or something.
Yeah.
But when they're like, oh, do you know? I don't know.
Ron Jeremy.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Peter North.
Yeah. I know those old school ones.
Yeah. Well, those are the classics, right? Like,
Christy Canyon.
back when they were actual stars, right?
Yeah. Not just.
Yeah. It was always like Randy West, Peter North. Is there Nick East, or is it like, is that the guy? I don't know.
He's from South Korea.
Who's the Asian, not the Asian full. Okay, what are we doing?
I don't know. Sorry, we go on a porn road, and I've kind of hit some dead ends because I don't know that much. But
I don't either. Like, it's funny because like there's people like that are really into that. Like they could have like, I'm sure there's podcasts about this, but like
when I worked at the theater, there was two guys that like we'd be like cleaning up tables or whatever afterwards, and they would just be saying names back and forth, and they would be like, yep, or no, like that they knew who it was. And I was just like,
I'm like, oh, okay.
You guys know way too much about me.
I mean,
I don't want to know the backstory.
Yeah.
I don't like when they come in and start talking and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see that shitty acting. I'm here for
No, so that's
I have a goal.
That's what Stern always does. He goes, I like some sort of backstory, and I'm like, what? Like the backstory.
Bizarre, yeah, that's like that's the crazy thing. Like, cause like I'm just vanilla with it, and I'll just kind of look through thumbnails and
that's like girls too.
Meticulous. Get to the part, finish, then I'm done. But it's always like it's so weird nowadays because it's all kinds of goofy shit that's just there. But it's always like Step Bros and
massive like Step Brother. Yeah,
like,
that's tons of.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is getting edited.
Yeah. No, it's not. No, it's not. So Steve, you're familiar with Lake Havasu, right?
I kind of.
So when you think of Lake Havasu, what do you think of? Like, what's the first thing that comes to your head? Parties, women flashing on boats and stuff like that. That's what I always thought of. Because
or the bridge. Didn't they bring it over here from France?
The bridge, yeah, that comes in a close second. Right. But that's all I knew about. Like
titties.
Well, I mean, up in Seattle. All I remember is half of the stuff from Girls Gone Wild. Remember that old Girls Gone Wild? It was like Havasu and what's the Bourbon Street, right? So it was like it was like those two. Like, this is where we do our filming. Like,
I'm like, it's warm there.
Yeah.
And they're
I'm like, this lake,
horny.
I don't know what this Lake Havasu is, but it sounds amazing. You know,
have you been?
I've never been there.
I have never either.
We should take a trip there. We should. I
don't know. Are we?
Oh wait.
We'll be the.
Well, we don't have a boat.
With binoculars and.
Yeah. Well, I think you need a boat. What do they? Wait. By the way, do they even do that anymore? That seems like a late 90s, early 2000s kind of like. Now it's kind of like
enough people have drowned or been.
Well, also,
raped
but I'm just talking about like that. It's not really society anymore, is it? Like, you know.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I mean,
me too. I don't know. I guess if people get drunk enough, they're into anything.
Well, yeah, they have to sign.
Yeah, right.
Well,
wasn't that what shut that down?
These days, they carry around little consent forms.
Oh my god!
I don't know. I imagine that's how it is, right?
Yeah, I don't know. But so this next one might have me thinking. You know, there's a third place spot on that list because you know you have the Girls Gone Wild. You know. Boats, girls flashing and stuff, doing whatever, and getting drunk, and then you have the bridge, right? Those are always going to be the top two, right? So this one's an interesting story here. See what you think about this one. So this one took place. There's a Lake Havasu City teacher, and she was caught up in a pretty big scandal recently, and this took place at Thunderbolt Middle School. And the female teacher was apparently fired after students found her online porn. Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be a common occurrence in the years to go.
I know, like, well, so
it has to be, right?
Isn't Arizona like one of the least, they don't pay their teachers anything? Yeah, like it's like one of the least paying. Like
I should ask my oldest brother. He's a teacher. Yeah,
they're way down. They're way low. But anyway, so check this out. It was this is where you know either gets awesome or not awesome. Like if your kid is in if your kid is in this class, not so awesome. But if you were in the class, like might have been kind of cool. But don't know. We'll see.
Wait, was it middle school?
Yes.
Okay,
Middle school. So this is
another thing. Like, this is kind of weird though, but like the Thunderbolt, like what's their mascot? The Thunderbolt.
It's got to be the Chargers, or right?
Okay.
I mean,
flashes.
Oh, there you go.
All right, I just
So, all right. So check this out. This is apparently filmed in the classroom.
Whoa.
And one of the kids, they said like, "Hey, that's my desk." I swear to God, this is like in the story. And then the chick was a complete idiot because
they're like crayons.
I guess she was posting links for her OnlyFans on like social media. She clearly didn't give a shit about her job, and she
or did. What was her job?
With the tagline, Steve, that read, "Who wants to be my next teacher's pet?" Wearing her school T-shirt, school's T-shirt. The flashes, the thunderbolts.
Oh wow!
And she uses her school photo that was taken for the school yearbook on her OnlyFans. It's fucking amazing, right?
She has like how many 14-year-old subscribers?
Oh my God.
Her entire class.
Can you imagine?
That's 32.
Now, Steve, tell me, like, first off, if you're like in that class, I'm not fucking telling anybody. Like, maybe.
No, I'm not.
Who's the idiot?
All my buddies.
Oh yeah, but who's the idiot that ratted this out? Ratted this. You know what I mean? Think back to like 14. You're like, mom.
When you're 14,
oh God,
that's a gold mine.
Oh my God.
If you were like 11, that could be scarring or something.
I mean,
but when you're 14,
the only listen,
Miss Whitman's getting plowed on my desk.
Listen, the only adult that I'm telling is
my
Miss
dad.
What is her name? Is because I'm getting straight A's.
Yeah.
That's the only adult I'm telling in the room.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna watch the shit out of that.
Oh,
you hear me, Miss Whitman?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm also not gonna be coming to class very often.
Nope.
I'll be in hanging out with the PE teacher, playing dodgeball against the fourth graders, and you're gonna give me straight A's.
Yep.
Or guess what? Your OnlyFans is gonna be shut. That's just negotiating. You should know that by 14.
Oh man,
you're entirely right.
How come this stuff didn't happen? Well, maybe it did, but there was an OnlyFans. Maybe maybe I should go back and start looking up my old teachers, or like in
I don't want to see them now though.
Hustler, 1982.
All those random gas station magazines,
right?
Like they're wrapped in plastic. That'd be so weird to ever go buy one of those.
Yeah. Well, because remember, like,
I'll take 6 on 3 and that magazine.
And skank bags for no, like, so there was like. Think about that though. Like, I think that's one of the things that Corolla talks about is like these people back in the day. They're like, they could never in their wildest dreams think of like that. There's going to be like the internet. Like everything will be available everywhere forever. Back in the 80s. You know what I mean?
And you can just log into stuff, and people
it's crazy.
Do shit like
it's wild. But now you should know better by now, unless you just don't give a shit. Like. Right?
Or like I was hearing on a podcast talking about dick pics, like sending dick pics to girls.
Yep.
It's just like a brainless activity from a guy.
Yes.
Because it's like, you know what a girl doesn't want to see? Your dick. Like, I'm gonna mirage you with this.
Yeah, unless you're like George Clooney or something like that. Like,
I mean, then you'd be like,
sure.
You have an iconic dick.
Right.
Wilt Chamberlain's dick.
Yeah. Or like Nick East or Randy West. Yeah. No, I got you.
But other than that, but in ourselves, I think we associate that with like how much would we want to see her titties or her bent over shot, right? An ass shot, and they're like, "Whoa, what is?"
Right. Yeah, the guys don't. Yeah, they don't think because girls don't think like that. Yeah, most girls.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah,
maybe I don't know.
There's always some, there's always exceptions to the rule, but yes, like girls don't immediately like, God, I wonder what his dick looks like. Yeah, kind of want to. Can you show us?
Yeah, because they're probably not going to do anything with it. Us, we'll definitely do something.
Spank back. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So of course the parents, they were outraged by this, and
what?
And
why?
And I'm sure all the fathers went on to do some extensive research.
They're just being good dads.
Speaking of extensive research, I was trying to find some pics of this site or the girl, and I couldn't locate any, but maybe I'll find some by the time maybe we could put them up.
Nope, put it on the alternate screen.
We'll see. So she doesn't work there anymore.
I'd hire her if I was a school principal, superintendent somewhere.
Do you think she needs money? Like, have you heard some of the money like that these girls make on OnlyFans?
Oh yeah,
we're talking like $30,000 a month and shit. Like it's like ridiculous.
F-list celebrities, too,
yeah,
who are like mediocre looking.
I heard this girl. She was like, "Yo, yeah, no. There's this girl, legit, like just maybe cute," and she's like, "I make $100K a month," and I'm like, "What? Wow, it's a good time to be a average looking girl." I mean, if you want to, if that's how you want to make a living, I mean, awesome, I guess. If you can do it,
I bet you we could pull it off.
Look at this,
just a little, huh?
All right, let's do it. Wait, not together. I mean, just like
your page and my page.
Okay, yeah, okay, and then maybe we could do like a like a super
your fans meet our fans, my fans,
yeah,
our fans.
Only our fans.
Are we onto something? My wife's going to be really happy about this new stream of income.
Oh, man.
For the kids, babe.
Oh, you're so much better in person. This is so great.
I love you.
Oh, God. Okay. All right, Steve. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move. We're going to move on from, dick pics and stuff like that.
Dicks.
Move on to some sports, maybe. Ooh, maybe some sports. We started with sports. We're going to maybe end with some sports. So
Maddux is gay.
So the NFL season is ended. Have you been watching the XFL?
Man, someone asked me that yesterday. I've literally watched 0 minutes of it. I flipped by it and I was like, whatever they are. I'm like, yeah, no.
Okay, well, that matches up with the current ratings because me and you, we's the same. Me and you. Yeah, because viewership for the second week actually plummeted by 50%. The first week, everyone was like, yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's watch some XFL. And then like the next week, it was like maybe so bad that they were like, well, now it's going to be like the first 2 runs of the XFL. Why do they keep coming out with XFL?
Or the USFL,
yeah, right.
Like it seems hilarious that people think, oh, the world's starved for football. No, they're starved for NFL football.
And I think the reason is because it's so short and so intense that it's like, all right, well, okay, now it's over. Now we could like, I actually look for, well, especially me because I run that page
and watch some NBA.
Yeah, or anything else. Like for me, it's like
training's here. All right.
For me, because I run this other page.
Oh yeah.
I get excited when NFL ends. I'm like,
you can like,
oh gosh, I can like just relax, compress.
It's like running 4 fantasy teams.
Oh, it's so ridiculous, man.
You're in a pick'em league.
Yeah.
Like, like Wednesday. It's a part-time job.
Oh, it is. Oh, I have way too many part-time jobs.
Well, I kind of equate that to, I think it's because NCAA, I've always liked NCAA basketball a lot. Right.
So you're excited about the Final Four?
No, but like it's taken such a back seat lately. Like I watch Notre Dame and they suck. I watch their games. I don't know, because I know the players and I kind of root for them a little bit. But NCAA basketball, man, I'm losing interest year after year after year because it's so many players just go to the they go to the developmental league.
It's hard to like
come from
keep
overseas.
Track. Yeah,
like 4 of the top 5 players in the NBA are foreign.
Wow. Well, that's what they said. That was like the knock, kind of like on, like it or not, the major leagues, right? It was like there's so many like it was always about relatability, right? It was like a little kid, like in the United States, it's like all right, well, it went from Daryl Strawberry and
Andy Vance
to I don't even know. So I don't even know like a lot of these guys.
Jay Buners.
Oh, gotta love the bone.
Yeah. No, I mean
Junior,
it's. I think I wouldn't say the quality of basketball is kind of falling off because it's kind of hurting everywhere. It's hard to watch basketball these days just because it's so subjective. And now they have review.
Well, I don't like all the flopping now, and like they're like,
It's
and
crazy.
they're such pusses. Like they're can they sit out this one? It's like they're talking about that on some of those sports shows where like, was it Barkley who was like talking about that?
Yeah.
He was
I
like,
loved when he said that.
yeah, he was like, what did he say? He goes, man, like, can you imagine like buying like a $200 ticket and then you go and then it's like, I'm going there to watch what's his name, and then
Out.
everyone's
from the
out.
team's
It's like, I hurt my ankle. These guys used to tape up their ankle and go out there and
It's
play,
not
man.
even hurt ankle. They do it, and they all adopted that Spurs thing where they would just let them limit their activity so they'd be fresh for the playoff.
That'd be so pissed.
which is just shit.
Yeah, that's not good.
The worst thing too is how they allow them to bitch at the refs. Like it's crazy watching these egomaniacs just like cry to the refs. I would go right in their face and just drop a tech and be like, that's for bitching.
Yeah.
Now let's move on. Everyone know that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
It's bad, dude. It's like
it's so bad.
And like the new generation, they like to rip on the old guys. I'm like, those old guys like were tough bastards, dude. Those guys were rough, dude. It was like football players out there
Smoking
playing.
heaters in the locker room.
Yeah.
Just
They
playing
were out
82
getting
games
drunk and doing drugs, and then the next day they were out there playing ball,
with tape and the shittiest Converse,
nuts, dude.
No padding.
throwing each other into bleachers, and
No, none of the like therapy that they get after the games.
Right.
Like, just, your swelling's all gone.
Yeah.
You asleep in your cryo bed.
right. Well, and I think part of the reason with baseball, because we're talking about like, they're trying to heal baseball with the new time clock and stuff, and we were talking about that, but yeah, I think that can be good because it like really moves the game along. I was at that spring training game. It was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I was at a game yesterday, and boy, it lasted 2 hours. We were like, wow,
Yeah.
dude, that was fast.
It's legit. And you know what they did too? They have bigger bases this year.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They're 6 inches bigger on all sides.
Wow.
So like it's a foot closer so all those bang steals from last year.
Whoa.
Saved by a mile.
That's
So I'm
crazy.
hoping that increases steals because I missed the shit out of that from our youth. Like remember Kenny Lofton or like
Ricky
you
Anderson.
let him on first.
Yep.
It was a triple.
Yeah.
And then in the postseason, that matters so much.
Well, another thing that they said that I don't see. Remember, okay, NBA and baseball back in the day, you used to be able to find them. Like now, you have to work to find some of these games. Like,
Oh, yeah.
remember, like NBA and NBC.
Oh, yeah.
You always know where it's. It's right there. Baseball. Now they have all these contracts, all these weird like little networks and stuff, and you're like, what?
It's so
do they not
shitty.
want? I think part of the problem is their problem.
Yeah.
Like with these weird contracts. Like do
100%.
contracts with like normal networks where people could find your game and not have to pay like things to watch your favorite team.
And here's the worst shit.
Who wants to follow that?
The last few years, I've had MLB package, right? Because I'll just watch the Dodger games.
Yeah.
I'll just put it on my iPad or whatever, and I can carry it around, and I'll have it on.
Yeah.
A little ambiance while
Right.
I'm fucking folding laundry or
Right.
whacking off.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
What?
But they play. They're in the same division as the D-backs,
Yeah.
and so even if you have the MLB package, they black it out because I don't have whatever station. they
Oh my
play.
God. Oh,
The
you told me
Diamondbacks
about
game.
that.
So
You were so pissed.
21, 22 games a year blacked out.
Oh, that is
on your-
ridiculous.
that's all I'm watching. Is
You
the Dodger
said,
games.
didn't you say that? Was that the team that you said? Or no, you said it was a football game that did that to you too. Was it?
Notre Dame did.
Oh
that.
my God. Like
They
the
put
biggest
it
game of the
on,
year?
they put it on Peacock.
Oh my gosh.
Peacock.
And you're like,
Network.
well, I guess I'm just not going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm like, let me download Peacock. Real quick
Wow.
and pay for that. Like,
No
I guess
way.
I could have, but like Peacock.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Like you didn't even think about that. Like that was an auto national televised game, right? Like always, every year. It didn't even matter.
it's like
Like I was,
NBC content.
I'm in Seattle. I'm watching that game. Like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to always watch every Notre Dame game, but NBC had the contract with them, right?
It's getting weird because the cord cutter
Rocket
thing,
Ishmael.
Good Rocket. The cord cutter thing was
Rick Meyer.
awesome, but now it's turning into so many different things.
Yeah, it's
I have to ask my wife, do we have this?
yeah, no, they're saying it's imploding. It's like ruining itself because it's
Yeah.
going back to like, well, we want cable
Okay,
back
I'll just
now.
get DirecTV.
We,
Yeah, back
we
to
want
DirecTV.
cable.
Yeah.
Bring cable back.
Seriously, because it was just one. The problem with that was they kept raising and raising and raising
Yeah.
and raising their prices. Like, whoa.
yeah.
How come 4 years ago it was $90? Now it's 180. What the hell
Yeah.
happened?
Yep. Yeah. That's ridiculous, man. Yeah, but I don't know.
What do you watch other than YouPorn?
Pornhub.
Oh. Word.
Oh, you mean like sports?
No, like what? You cord cut whatever? I don't know. We have Hulu and then Amazon Prime.
Well, so
and Netflix and Disney Plus.
I have the Xfinity Online, Netflix. Of course, these are all shared accounts. And then I think did Hulu go? I can't keep track. I don't know. And then there's you could watch it for free, just like watch for free and blah, blah, blah. And then you could watch it on a 20-second delay. There you go. And then I get all the texts from my friends. Oh my God. I'm like, I can't wait to see what's coming up here.
I know. I was texting my buddy. I was trying to watch the Knicks, who were actually decent this year.
Yeah.
He's blowing me up about them playing the Celtics last night. I'm like, I was on bath time and dinner duty. I'm watching it 3/4 behind.
Oh my God. 3/4 behind. Oh God. Oh God. Is John Starks having a good year? That's when the last time I was watching now.
Staring it up.
I'm just
I thought you have an excuse though, because I have a buddy who's from the Seattle area, and
I swear to God,
fucking is a basketball friend of mine. I played basketball with him, and he fucking banned the NBA after they got rid of the
almost everybody I know.
They bring the Supersonics back though. Would you be back?
No, they redid that entire arena. The Key Arena or whatever they call it, Climate Pledge Arena. It's huge now.
And if the NBA expands, that's where they're going.
They said that in Vegas, right? Isn't that the two cities?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So
if they bring the Sonics back, are you a Sonics fan?
I'm back.
You're back?
I'm back.
Simple as that?
I'm back. I'm back. I might have to do a lot of homework, like 20 years of.
It's not going to help these days. It fucking changes every 3 years. You're like, who's that guy? He's fucking amazing.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I mean, you can get the core guys, but man, every 3 years there's someone new that you're just like, whoa, it's lighting up the league.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, man, I could go off and name some names and see if you know them.
Well, you know what, Steve? Let's save some of this because, if we keep, I could talk to you all night. Yeah. We could do this all night. We could do this all day, all night. But some of us got to edit this thing down and get this posted. So I think this is going to be it for now. We'll have to save some of this. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before I cut it off?
All right. Let me tell you the funniest story from Nirvana, since you brought that up.
Oh, right.
I have a great question.
Oh, I love
how did you do this? All right. Let's recall this day.
Okay.
Remember my buddy Akiro?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Remember we made this murderer's row of all of us. We all sat next to each other.
It's one of the greatest things ever.
This is all
can you believe they let all these degenerates sit right next to each other?
We just matriculated over there, right? And so we're just right there. And the bigwigs are all there, right? People flew in from fucking Memphis, right?
Right, and we had to prep.
Yeah,
we had to prep all of our desks.
Yeah, everyone's like,
okay, you have this out of place. You have this. I mean, it was very serious. Yeah. Everything was every desk was completely aligned.
But think about it, FedEx. It's fucking FedEx. Everyone knows what FedEx is. Their main hub is Memphis.
Yeah.
Right? They're coming from to look at this center where they're paying I don't know how much
$11 an hour.
Wasted money though.
It's just ridiculous.
But they're just wasting money.
Yeah.
Probably a huge check.
Yeah.
And because we're just fucking up.
Yeah, we're just screwing around. Here's another dial.
So our guy, remember Doug? What's his name? The main guy?
Doug, yep.
And he was up making a talk and the bigwigs are all over there. And
oh God, here we go.
Dude, you were sitting down. Akira was standing up. I was standing up. We were somehow in a row. I think Akira was to my right. You were to my left. And he just rips the hugest fart. The huge, like an epic fart.
And there's no way they did not hear it.
It wasn't a bang. It was a fart.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't
just this gigantic, whoopee cushion-esque fart explosion. And you immediately just started laughing just like this.
I was
like, oh my God.
I was like mouth open. I couldn't help it. It was so fucking funny.
It's so crazy.
I'm like, I'm like yelling.
I don't think we could. I don't think we could paint a picture of how serious the room is. Like when these guys are coming into town.
And that's why. All right. So I'm totally blown away by you.
Yeah.
So right away, I'm like,
I think my eyes just went like.
I'm like, I'm holding I'm laughing. I'm just like,
God.
And then I see, remember, Mr. Cooper.
Oh, Mr. Cooper.
He was over there and he looked like a comic, like had drawn a face of eyes bulged out of his head and mouth open. He was just like staring at us because how does he know who ripped the fart? And he's looking at me and I'm yelling with laughter.
Yeah. So it's clearly you that did it.
So I'm laughing at him because he's just like, and
it's not like they could yell at you, right? Because what are they gonna do? They're gonna interrupt the bigwigs talking?
And Doug's still talking. He's still addressing the room, and I'm just laughing harder, right? So I see that, and I turn to my right, and Akiro's looking straight down.
Oh my God!
Like at his fucking stomach, and his stomach's just going in and out because he's holding in laughter. He's just like laughter. And I look over at you, and you're like,
"Oh my God,
you're stoned."
Oh yeah, because I was like, I don't want anybody to think this is me. I don't have anything to do with this shit.
How did you do that? Did you just go to a different Zen
You know
place?
what I did? I channeled
You went somewhere else.
I channeled Rich Falls, the great Rich Falls.
Rich.
Oh no, absolutely. Hey, can you not do that at the next meeting? Thanks very much.
I was amazed by how you just went to
Yeah, you're looking at me, you're like, how can you not be laughing? And I'm like, how can you be laughing like this? First off, did they say anything to anybody?
Nothing ever happened from that.
Oh my God.
That was
That would be like on the rule number 3, like, okay, proper desks, no papers out of file, no blowing massive crazy ass like that when the bigwigs are in town, right in the middle of a big speech.
And the funniest thing too is when I asked Akira after that, I go, "Why did you do that?" And he goes,
"Oh God,"
he said, "I didn't know it was going to be that loud."
Oh my God!
So he was meaning to fart, but he wanted it to be like a
yeah.
And
right.
It said it was a.
Oh no!
I didn't know it'd be that loud. I'm like, you meant to do that.
Oh God!
You're a nasty fucker.
Oh dude, that is so crazy.
One of the funniest stories.
Are you still in contact with him? Or you still communicate with him? Or like
I haven't talked to him in a little while.
Yeah.
But his W-2 came to my house, so he might need that.
What?
He lived with me for a little while.
Oh, okay.
Like over the pandemic.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
But he I texted him. He goes, "Oh crap."
Okay.
He's taking it about as serious as ripping a huge fart in front of fucking.
Oh God! I there has to be a way to try to explain to people how serious that room was.
I mean, I think bigwigs flying in from Memphis,
right?
From like, I don't know, it's Fortune 500 company for sure.
Yeah.
Standing in a room while they address us. But we're in little cubicles.
But we're like,
and just
remember they treated everybody rightfully so like children, right? They're like, kids, now don't blow ass. We have adults coming in here. Like,
no food fights.
We're like 30-year-olds.
Josh, easy on the nuggies.
Like, Josh,
you wedgie Steve once more.
No playing no Frank Stallone in the bathroom. There might be a big wig that walks in. All right. Okay, we're gonna end it on that.
This is the end.
Okay, we gotta end. We gotta end it. We gotta end it, buddy.
All right.
Okay. It just ends like.
Man, I wish I had like a chambered one that could just Akira it right in the.
Akira it. It's like he's like a verb. He's like he's an adjective. He's like
this dude fucking Akira.
All right, Steve. I don't know. Maybe I could have you on before, but if I don't see you, until then. Day? Oh, maybe St. Patty's Day. Or I was thinking like, on like, pod situation, like maybe for the draft or.
Ooh.
The draft's going to be awesome. I've been planning it. It's going to be bad.
I know. I already got like invites to it. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So
I'm not even ready for that. That's, wow.
I was getting ready in December. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not screwing around this year. I'm not screwing around.
Fair enough.
So, all right, everybody. I mean, come on. This is great. This is the first time Steve's been in the studio.
Wait, where is he?
In the studio.
Is this Travolta right there?
Oh, yep. Travolta's up here.
He's right here too.
We might not be able to see him with the... yeah, whatever. We'll,
right there.
I'll flash him up. All right, for Steve Klunk, I'm Josh. And as always, thank you for being a friend.